I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stress, shield my greed. That's how I get it, success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous, down wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank, I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze, the roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag, I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag, I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math, I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem, I ain't perfect, let them watch me. Elevating, got them nauseous, cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house and whoo. Watch how I get ahead, watch how I get ahead, watch how I get ahead. Watch how I set it up, bet you I shut it down, watch how I get a win. I don't think they really wanna come against the winner, got a finger run up in on a grenade. I ain't never been there when you think you compare. I'm a line, but the winner about the cage. I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out.
You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. Whoa, on me, you know I'm the one and only. All them other ones is phony. Moving like a drum, I'm on beat. Whoa, yeah, you could put the pressure on me. I ain't never getting cold feet. Straight top where I'm gon' be. I got no time to debate. I put my reps in like every day. I keep it moving, I don't like the way. I just keep adding these wins to the plate. I ain't worried about a setback. With a loss, I'ma get back. Going up on a jetpack. All the haters, you can sit back. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back. Can't hold me back. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back. Hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back, you can't hold me down. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back. You can't hold me back. Put me in the game, gotta get it right now. You can't hold me back.
Hey yo, Jay.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go. At at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Getting a little sloppy with the 5:45 thing. It's like, 5, wiggle the thumb, 5:45. But what is going on, CandleMafia? Thank you all for tuning in to today's live stream. Guys, we got an amazing show for you tonight as Bitcoin is on the way up. And as you guys know, if you watched the live stream last night, you will know that we were looking for a potential push up into that $45,000 range. Right now, we're sitting at about 44.3 or 44.2. We wicked up to about 44.3. Can we, or I guess 44.430 is really where we wicked up to. But can we get a push up to that 45K level where we will be looking for potential short positions? And is it possible to potentially look for a short position within this purple box that we were looking at yesterday? I know you guys can't see the screen, but we are sitting at the value area high of the range, guys, which again, we're going to go over all this right now because as you guys know, I have been holding a long position from underneath a very key level, and we've been waiting for that final target to get hit, which was that value area high. So we're going to be talking about the volume profiles, guys, as well as taking a look at Matic. If you guys watched the live stream last night, you will know I took a Matic long with the premium Discord 2 days ago. We got into the position. We were looking for the price to move to the upside off of a very specific strategy that we were using based off of Market Cipher, the volume profiles, as well as the Frankie Candles Lux Algo volume profile indicator. And we have seen that get another move to the upside. I was talking about how I may want to hold that position for some specific reasons we'll go over. And that trade is paying out right now. So we got an amazing show for you, Mafia. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to smash that like button. We got 58 likes right now, but we need 550 to get free Frankie Candles hats in this week's giveaway. So smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. The more spins, the more free crypto. And the more likes, the more free hats. And maybe if we get more than one day this week where we get 550 likes, it's a little harder right now because Bitcoin has been boring, so the live streams have been a little bit slow. But if we get 550 likes on more than one live stream this week, guys, maybe we will add a free month of the premium Discord to one lucky CandleMafia member so you guys can see what we're looking for to get into these trades before the moves actually happen, and you can make money alongside the CandleMafia. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into chat. And let's see who we got in here. Shout out to 12 Big. What is going on, bro? Thank you for tuning in. Always good to see you. Let's see. 550. Shout out to Warren in the chat. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. We got Crypto Viking says hats. Let's go. LFG. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. We got, let's see. Shout out to Purvis says, if I hear value area low or high during this stream, I'm out. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Purvis, you're still here. What is going on? We see you, brother. What is going on? Thank you for tuning in, bro. Unfortunately, you might want to tune out just because we're about to say value area high and low probably 30 times today. So shout out to you, bro. Thank you for watching. Let's see. We got Mocha. He says, dang. Shout out to you, bro. But we got the other TJ. He's probably like, how did he know I was in here? We got eyes everywhere. The Mafia's got eyes everywhere, guys. But shout out to Stairway Life. What is going on? Said short the value area high, question mark. Yo, drop those value area highs and value area low emojis in the chat, guys. Let's get it. Shout out to Afro. What is going on? We got French Toaster in the chat. Let's see. We got Y in the chat. What is going on, bro? We got Ty. And last but not least, we got George in the chat. What is going on? Dropping those value area emojis. But guys, with all that being said, we got Servando Estrada in the chat. So now we can begin the show. V-Sun, what is going on, bro? We got and V-Slim. Shout out to V-Slim, was number 1 in the chat today. But guys, we're getting to move up. So let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin and jump on into the price action right now. Let's get it. So here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin chart. And as you can see, let me actually pull up my long position. Pull it up right here. Well, I'll just redraw it here. My entry, and I will pull up the actual trade in just a second. My entry was actually very close to right here. But as you guys know, we entered this trade, right, at the deviation of the value area low. Shout out to Pervas. I don't know how to say that name, but shout out to you, bro. But we got into this long as we deviated below this value area low, found those bullish confirmations. We actually went over what actually made me enter this trade. And as you guys know, I was not very interested in any trades within this local range because there weren't too many clear setups other than just small scalp positions. So I decided to hold my long position from down here. And what was that main reason for holding the trade, guys? Simply put, it was because we did not hit that value area high yet. And when you get a long, when you take a long from below the range like this, the theory behind that trade, is to get back into that value area and get a move up to that POC where you typically stick around and magnetize to right here. And then we are looking for an eventual move to the value area high. And look at that, just like magic, we got that rip right up to the value area high. But the real question is, guys, are we going to hold this value area high as support? Are we going to break out, retest it as support, and continue up to these next key levels of resistance? Or are we going to get a rejection from where we're at right now? And let me actually just go ahead and pull up the... oh, God, I got to relog into my other BingX account. Bear with me. I'll kind of do this on the side while we continue the TA. But the question is, guys, are we going to get the rejection locally from this value area high, or are we going to get the breakout into these other key levels of resistance? And should we wait to look for the short up here? Well, to be quite honest with you guys, it's very hard to say right now. I will say this, though, right? If we come on down to the 4-hour, you can see one of the things that I was actually looking for here, because if we pull up the liquidation heat map, let me go ahead and pull that up as well. But we know that we actually had a significant amount of short liquidations up here in this purple box, which means what? Right? Simply, it means once we come up here and start stopping these shorts out, we are likely going to get a pump through the zone, pushing us into that key level, which is the value area high, which we simply could potentially reject from, right? But here's the thing. One thing I was looking for here was a potential swing failure pattern on these wick highs right here, right? We have a weekly level of resistance here at $43,786. We have obviously smashed right through that. So if we do get a pullback, we would want to be a little bit careful of two things, right? Number one, this weekly. Number two, this Bybit POC. Because as we've broken above this level, if we come back down, we could potentially flip these into support before continuing to the upside. Now, we simply did not get the swing failure pattern right here off of these wick highs right here, sitting at about 43,865. And if we pull up the liquidation heat map, here we go. If we pull up the liquidation heat map, let me go ahead and hide that. Pull up the 3-month chart. Let's see. Shout out to Pervas. Says, I just got the sound working now. Okay, let's go. Shout out to Pervas. We can start the show now. Pervas, cover your ears. Well, actually, it's good that the audio didn't work because we did say value area low and high like 4 times. But I'm going to try not to say it the rest of the stream just for you. No, I'm just kidding, bro. We're going to say it 100 times. But shout out to you. Hopefully, you can hear us loud and clear now. We got Straightway Life says, massive bearish divergence on the 8-hour. Short that value area high. We're going to be taking a look at it in a second. But if we zoom in here on the liquidation levels here, guys, you can see we did actually have a significant bit of liquidations up here. And if I actually pull up the 1 month, you can see it a little bit better. Let me go ahead and zoom in on this for you guys. So there you go, right? This was one of those reasons why, and here's the thing, guys, price action's messy. If you guys have been watching the show, you will know if I spawn this volume profile, we had been looking for price to come up to this not only weekly but value area high for a long time, right? We thought we were going to hit it up here, thought we were going to hit it here, thought we were going for it here, and then finally we eventually got to the level, right? And this is the power of the volume profiles, guys. This is why I did not close the short, because we did not simply hit that level. So let me go ahead and log in here to BingX really quickly so I can actually pull up the position for you. Bear with me, or I could just pull it up on my phone potentially. Actually, I just read a text message, guys. Shout out to anybody in the dining room, guys. We may be adding a new channel into the dining room, which is our freemium Discord channel, which gives a lot of sauce. It gives premium weekly TA posts, as well as altcoin gems, etc. But we actually have another channel that's going to be going into the dining room very, very soon, which is actually going to be super saucy. We're getting somebody in there. It's going to be cool. Just stick around. If you're in the dining room, expect even more value than you've already gotten. And let me just scan this QR code. Guys, remember, if you're in crypto, please don't scan any QR codes ever. I get nervous scanning the QR codes on exchanges to log in. I avoid QR codes at all costs. But here we go. Come on, computer. We got the CandleMafia waiting to see these trades. Just work. There we go. Okay, so, but again, guys, this is why we trade the volume profiles. Simply put, the reliability of going from the low to the POC to the high is insane, right? And let me go ahead and actually pull this trade up now. Bada boom. Let it load. We got the Aztec King Cactus Moss Water on hand right now. So here we are, right? So now we're up 210%, right? We were up 140-something, 150-something% the other day. Decided to hold the position because we did not hit that value area high yet. Yeah, so up about $1,400 on that trade. I am also still holding my this trade. I will not close this Bitcoin long, guys, because we are long from about $26,000. I'm sorry, yeah, to about 26K. So kind of holding onto this for novelty, right? I've already locked in most of the profits here. We have about a little over $1,000 extra unrealized profit. But I am going to hold this, right? Because if we wind up ripping from here, that's a nice entry. So, I don't really have too much margin left in the trade, but I am holding it simply for the kind of the novelty, right? Because I already have most of those profits locked in. But we will talk about the Matic trade in a second. This one's actually up pretty good as well, 62%, up a couple $1,000. But we will come back to these in just a minute, guys. But what I wanted to show really was the Bitcoin long, right? Because again, we have the entry down here, 39,982, right? So if we come on over here, again, like it's not only is trading hard because you have to find the trades, but you have to understand when to hold the trades, which is kind of what I want to talk about today. But the question I want to answer first is, are we going to smash through this value area high, or are we likely to reject? Well, number one, you got to be careful just in general, right? We got a purple box here. That means this is resistance. But we don't know, right? Or necessarily we can, we're going to make a guess here. We're going to try to clear this up for you on the live stream. But are we going to get the pullback here, or are we just going to get a small little pullback before breaking up, or are we just going to smash right through it? And I'm going to kind of try to clear that up for you right now. So if we come on over to the 8-hour time frame, shout out to whoever said this. We are starting to potentially form an 8-hour bearish divergence here, but I will be handling this with caution, guys, for a couple of different reasons. So again, you definitely do 100% have that divergence forming. If we zoom in on Market Cipher B, you can see the VWAP was coming towards that zero line and then absolutely just skyrocketed. Money flow is crossing over into the green, which is reason number one why I would be a little bit careful with this position. Because could this indicate a pullback? Absolutely. But when you have money flow fighting against that divergence, in my opinion, it does make the effectiveness of that divergence somewhat questionable, right? Because if you have money flow coming into the asset, will that divergence give you some kind of a pullback? Very, very likely, right? Very likely you'll get some kind of a move down. However, if you were looking for this to give you a giant move down or a bigger move down, you would simply want to be seeing money flow coming out, and we just simply do not have that. It is literally crossing into the green. So that is something to keep in mind, but, this is not printing just yet. This is going to, we still have another hour on this candle, but we are probably not even going to print this divergence in another hour. It's probably going to be a whole nother 8-hour candle till this prints, if not more, right? Because again, look at the VWAP. That VWAP is shooting straight up. In order to get this red dot and confirm that divergence, you really need this VWAP to come down and cross over the zero line and give you that red dot. So it is definitely it's definitely something you want to be keeping an eye on, right? Because it could wind up bringing you down, but not the strongest case in my opinion. especially understanding that we have the golden pocket here and that $46,000 naked point of control. These are much saucier levels in my opinion, but it doesn't mean that we can't reject the value area high. But again, the saucier situation in my opinion would be a break above this level, and then as you test the golden pocket, maybe even that 46K level, this would be the saucier short position in my opinion, because we would not only be hitting key resistance with bearish confirmations if we get them, but we would also be deviating above the volume profile, which is where you want to be looking for shorts anyway, just like right here before you come back into the range to the POC and back to the low, and right here before you come right back down to the POC and then the value area low. And then we deviated and used that same technique to get into the long position that I just showed. So to me, the saucier position is still going to be up here. However, I am monitoring this very, very closely. We did see a significant amount of liquidations occur on that push to the upside. Let me go ahead and pull up the, let's just reload this really quickly. Take a sip of the Aztec and Cactus Moss Water. Let's see. Let's take this long to 50K. Shout out to Blue Punk Rocker. Hey, I hope so. But let's go ahead and see. Shout out to J9. We got Tyler Durden in the chat. Crypto Crab Man. What is going on? Stupid Bitcoin. What is going on, guys? But you can see here, we actually did have a significant amount of liquidations occur on this candle. But we also had a significant amount of volume as well as a positive delta, indicating that we actually did have a significant amount of long interest at this level. So if I turn off the footprint bar statistics and we turn on those net longs, you can see that we had a steady increase of long positions. Now, remember, ExoCharts only shows you the aggressive market orders, not the limit orders. So these are people just aggressively slamming that buy button, jumping right into their trade, pushing the price up, and then you can see not only right here, but also right here, this green bubble is indicating that on this push up, you know, the buyers came in, pushing the price to the upside, and then eventually wound up stopping out and liquidating the short positions that were probably short from this high or, you know, maybe even down here. This green bubble indicates that those shorts were indeed liquidated, and you can also confirm this by looking at the actual net shorts. You can see on this candle, on the push up, the longs came in, pushed price up, and then this it shows all the net shorts opening, right? The red candles are indicating them opening, and then the gray candles are shorts closing. And on that candle right here, as the longs push price up, you could see once those shorts got stopped out, all these shorts you see the net shorts actually come down, verifying that the liquidations did occur. But there is a mix here, right? There is strong buying interest with short liquidation. So in my opinion, this is somewhat of a natural move. Oftentimes when we look for big liquidations and we look for a swing failure pattern, what I'm looking for is manipulation to the upside, which could be caused by limit orders. But really what I like to see is I like to see the net longs kind of flat, and then I like to see those short liquidations occur. So kind of hard to read here, but we can indeed say that the shorts were liquidated, which is not a surprise to us, because if we look at the heat map, we actually just showed it. When you look at the heat map, we knew all that liquidity was sitting up here, and we knew when we come to tap this level that we were likely going to see a large spike to the upside, because when you get stopped out of a short position, what happens? It creates a market buy, giving added buy pressure to the market. That's why you see those big pushes to the upside. So this was kind of a mix. It wasn't just a short squeeze. It was the shorts getting squeezed as well as buying interest. And in my opinion, the buying interest is really what forced those liquidations to happen, which kind of is how it always happens. But with that being said, because we had all that liquidity taken here, we had all these shorts liquidated, we could easily come down from here, and I will be looking for lower time frame confirmations to potentially get into the trade. I simply do not see them as of right now. Another thing we can take a look at that's on a lower time frame than the 8-hour is the 4-hour, guys, because we have the higher highs on our price action into the key level of resistance, which is basically this whole purple box, but more specifically this value area high. Once you get the confirmation of this red dot on the 4-hour, which, I mean, hey, we keep pushing up. You could invalidate that, but we could look for the 4-hour bearish divergence just because this is going to print before the 8-hour, right? So when you look at the 8-hour, you're using this as context, right? You're saying, hey, this is showing me that momentum is coming down, but price is going up. That gives you the discrepancy between the price and the momentum, and that's what warrants the correction to the downside, right? Like, why is price going up if momentum is leaving? That's kind of the discrepancy that you look for that warrants the correction down. But again, money flow is coming up. So this is a little bit of a mixed signal, but understanding that we have this 8-hour bear div, this is kind of what I'm thinking about. Like, hey, if this 4-hour bear div winds up printing, I could potentially take a shot at this short amongst other confirmations. I wouldn't just short the bear div, but if I got all confirmations on top of this 4-hour bearish divergence, if you took that trade, you at least know that if that move, if this divergence gives you a move to the downside, you know you have that 8-hour backing you up, right? You know, like, hey, 4-hour bear div typically gives you a pretty big move down, but if this even gives me a little move down, by the time that move happens, and even if your 4-hour is starting to roll back to the upside, you know you have that 8-hour bearish divergence that is about to crash back down on top of price, kind of like a wave at the beach, right? Like, have you ever been dunked at the beach? This is like, I always use this really, really weird analogy, right? You go to the beach, if you're in the ocean, right, you get crushed by a wave, feels like you're going to drown, right? You're getting tumbled under the water, and then you stand back up and just to get crushed by another wave, right? That's kind of how I look at this because, you know, you're looking to ride this wave down, and if you can get back within the range here, and then an 8-hour bear div crashes on top of price, that is going to make it much more likely to give you a big breakdown here. But again, I am being very careful with the money flow, and I would wait for lower time frame confirmations because, to be quite honest with you, yeah, like you don't have a 2-hour bear div really. Yeah, not a clean one. Like this is too wide in my opinion. I would like to see it between these highs. Money flow is also coming back up into the green on the 2-hour as well. 45-minute red dot is printing, but you really don't have any divergences. Money flow is also in the green. This isn't necessarily a bearish divergence that is screaming, oh my God, like crush us to the ground. Doesn't mean you can't come down, but I would be a little bit cautious here. Not that you can't take scalps, but, you know, really what I would have liked to see here was a swing failure pattern with the confirmation of a divergence, right? So, like, maybe getting a 4-hour bear div and then, you know, getting a 4-hour bearish divergence with a 1-hour swing failure pattern. That would have been a nice confirmation, but we're not seeing that, right? We got the liquidations to occur right above this weekly. We got the big wick to the upside, but again, maybe taking some shots at a short up here, but I am going to be waiting for more confirmation. So there you go. But other than that, right, if we push up, guys, the plan remains almost exactly the same, right? We're looking for the short up in here, which, again, could potentially happen as we're putting those bear divs in. But, again, you know, really waiting for these higher prices between 45 and 46K. But don't get it twisted. I am watching this level like a hawk. I am analyzing this price action like a hawk. We're looking at the order flow, right? If we come back over to Exo charts real quick, I don't typically show this, and don't freak out if you don't understand what's going on here. You know, Exo charts is a little bit intimidating, but I am not really seeing what I like to see at a top, right? Typically what I like to see is if we pull back up our footprint bar statistics, what I like to see is on the big push to the upside, on this high candle, what I like to see for a strong top to come in is a push to the upside. Basically what I'm looking for is absorption, right? What I'm looking for is price to push up here with heavy volume, right? So what I'd be looking for is right here, you could see 79.5 million in volume. Well, how do you know that's a lot of volume? Just look left, right? This is almost 80 million. Compared to 46 million, 23 million, 13 million, 26 million, 17, 23, 6, 9, 5, right? Like, when was the last time we saw 70 million? Long time ago, right? Or maybe not a long time ago, but like you see 20 million is on the higher end, 40 million, and then you come over here and you see 79 million, right? So what I would like to see here, this 79 million in volume with this positive delta, meaning the positive delta, guys, all this indicates is that there's more longs than shorts, right? So it's saying that the buyers are stronger because the positive delta. So this looks a little bit more healthy in my opinion. We do have the liquidations, but what I like to see for a strong top is I like to see this strong volume and this strong positive delta on the top candle, right? The swing high candle. And if you get a big push up with a lot of volume and a lot of positive delta, what does this tell you? This basically tells you that the longs are very strong. Everybody and their grandma is coming in and trying to long this thing to the moon, and they can't break the level, right? That's what we like to look for. You have a key level of resistance here, and you can see that there's a lot of buyers coming in, but they can't break through this level. And what you like to see is a big wick on the top, right? And then you want to close somewhat of a bearish hammer candle, and we just simply don't have that here, right? And I also, you can see these lit up boxes versus these unshaded boxes, right? So you have these like unshaded boxes, and then you have these lit up boxes. This is the value area. The lit up part of this candle is the value area of the candle. Just like you have a value area on an area of price action, what ExoCharts allows you to do is look within the candle and see how many sells and how many buys are occurring at each individual price. And it also gives you a value area of each candle. And for a significant top to come in, what you like to see is the value area of the candle at the top. Like right here, this is not a perfect example, but this is very similar. Look, you have 30 million in volume. You have positive delta. You could tell by the dark blue box. Like that's why I like ExoCharts. It's a little easier to read. You could just look at the darkness of the boxes. 30 million in volume. Heavy positive delta, letting us know there's a lot of people buying this up, trying to push price up. And what happened? We hit this wall, right? Price pushed up, couldn't break it. We have the long wick on the top, and most of this value area of the candle is in the wick of the candle. This is what I like to see on the top. And then what happened after this? Boom, big drop to the downside, right? This oftentimes happens on swing failure patterns. And just to show one more example here, like right here, this is a beautiful example. Value area of the candle at the top of the wick, and then the body of the candle's down here, letting you know that, like, hey, there's a lot of people trapped up here. You have a lot of longs trapped up here who are going to get wrecked on the way back down, and that's what causes the dump. So this is what I like to see, and we didn't really see that happen on the current price action, right? Because what we saw on the current price action, we did see all that positive delta. We did see all that volume, but it was on the way up, which is a little bit more healthy in my opinion. I don't know why my voice is deciding to take some time off right now. Unbelievable. It's gone, guys. Bitcoin pumps one time, and I can't talk. Unbelievable. Let's see the Pump Mafia. So good, TA. Shout out to Stupid Bitcoin. Let's go. But there you go. That's kind of what I like to look at for a significant top to come in, and I'm just not seeing that, right? If this candle looked very similar to this candle, right, with the heavy delta, the heavy volume, and the value area in the wick of the candle, I'd be more open to taking that short. But because the order flow is not telling me that, I am going to be sitting on my hands just a little bit. Now, this does not mean that you are guaranteed to continue up, right? Just because we don't have that does not mean we can't come down. But that is just a confirmation that I look for, and we're simply not seeing it. So, with that being said, I am going to be monitoring this close. I am not in a short position. All the trades that I'm in right now are simply this long on BingX, and then I am also in my swing long here. Obviously, I've been in this forever. We'll go over the Matic trade in just a minute, and then I am also actually up pretty big on a let's see, or not really that big, but I am up pretty good on another account, and my phone just died. Great, but I'm up on another scalp long as well. But other than that, guys, I am not in any short positions just yet. But as soon as I do, you guys will see me show it here on the live stream. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. 1 hour on Trading Light said short. Hey, shout out to Darren Does Things. What did you see? Let us know, Darren, what you saw. Because sometimes Darren sees into the future before Bitcoin dumps. So let us know what you were looking at, Darren. Let's see. Out of the country for a few weeks. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Thank you for being here. Tuning in from across, from out of the country. Let's go. Said, but still smashing that like button. Bubba's Crypto. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, we got to see what the Asia section looks like. Absolutely. Yeah, shout out to the Godfather. Said, voice just like the Godfather. Guys, what happened to my voice? What is going on? I hope I'm not getting sick. I don't think I'm getting sick. I feel fine. Voice, not so much. Oh, there we go. I just need to take a little bit of nothing a little bit of Aztec and Cactus Moss Water can't fix, guys. All right, but let's go ahead and continue on here. I will be monitoring this very, very closely, guys. So yeah, not impossible. If we do come down from here, I would simply be treating this as a range trade, right? Looking to reject from the high, come back to the POC, get under that POC, and then look to come back down to the low. So there you go. That's what I'd be looking at. And don't forget, guys, one of the things that made us anticipate this move up was that daily green dot, right? Remember yesterday, we were looking at that daily green dot saying, hey, this might be what we need to get up to these higher prices. The thumbnail said 45K incoming, ? Right? We didn't know it was coming, but we knew that we had a green dot on the daily, which typically gives us a move up. We also had money flow starting to cross back over into the green on the daily. Now, you guys might be thinking to yourself, well, Frankie, you've been talking about this fake out on the daily. Do you think that this is the fake out? It's too soon to tell, because I'll tell you why. Because right now, money flow is still trending to the downside aggressively, right? Like, this is still coming out. Like, even if your money flow wave came all the way up like this, we could still come back into the red, and that would still be bearish. So what I would say is this could be the start. This could be the start of the fake out, right? This could be the start of the new bigger green wave, but we really need to start breaking some of these highs on the money flow waves, right? Until we crack this high, I am not necessarily considering this a fake out, but this could be the start of it, right? And this was one of the reasons why I was saying, hey guys, I'm going to be holding my long trade because I think we're going to hit that value area high if this green dot confirms. Boom, got the move up. And we'll have to see if this has the power to continue up to these next key levels. But the resistance, guys, remains exactly the same. Plan remains exactly the same. Simply put, we're cashing out a little bit more on the long, and we're just watching this price closely to look for the short. All right, let's see. Shout out to Jessica. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to Jessica, our female CandleMafia representative, says, thank you so much for my birthday gift. Is today your birthday, Jessica? Shout out to Jessica. Wait, when's Rob's birthday? Hang on. Wait, Jessica, is today really your birthday? Didn't your birthday? Shout out to Jessica. Let me know in the chat. Shout out to Rob. Rob's birthday is coming up as well, one of our amazing mods. His birthday is coming up as well. You guys wish him a happy birthday every single day, but his real birthday is coming right now. Yo, let's see. Shout out to Crypto Billy, you absolute. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Let's go. Dropping that $100 super chat. Billy, what is going on, brother? I will spray you with this air if I have to. This thing is insane. Shout out to Crypto Billy. He says, why? Because I love you. Why? Because you're helping thousands of people humbly, authentically, and with love in your heart. That attracts people like me. I'm humbled to serve you, bro. Hashtag givers gain. Hashtag FYP. Hashtag FCU. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. I want to be like, why? Why did you do that? But you just explained it. Shout out to Crypto Billy. I love you back, bro. Thank you so much for all the support. And just thank you for being a good human being and, appreciating me. I'm appreciating you appreciating me. You know how it goes, Billy. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Bro, thank you so much. You do not have to do this, bro. You help us so much. But I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Show some love for Crypto Billy in the chat. I think Billy has an emoji. Billy, do you have an emoji? I think he does. If there's a Crypto Billy emoji, go ahead and spam it. If not, drop a W in the chat for Crypto Billy. Let's get it. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Crimson said Billy being a real bro. Let's go. Absolutely. Shout out to Crypto Billy. All right, let's continue on. Ann says 666. Yikes. Yeah, W's in the chat. Goats in the chat for Billy. Let's get it. It's the goat emoji. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Let's see. Keep the boo. Show you Crypto Crab Man, bro. You can't. Shout out to you, bro. You had me cracking up with that yesterday. But, guys, let's go ahead and jump back into the TA here. I want to take a look at Ethereum, and you know what that means. Go ahead and spam those altcoins in the chat. Rob the Crypto Stomp will count up the votes and let us know what coins we're looking at. Shout out to Dave Digital Set, and thank you, Frankie, for joining us every Tuesday at 9 p.m. EST for Billy Goat Tales. Shout out to Dave Digital. Yeah, guys, don't forget to check out Billy Goat Tales every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's an amazing Twitter space, or X space, I guess, as some people say, just spreading positivity, and it's a really, really cool thing they have going on over there. So go check them out, guys. You never know who's going to stop by. Might be Elon Musk. You never know. But yeah, go ahead and spam those altcoins. Rob the Crypto Stomp will count up the votes and let us know what we are looking at. And let's go ahead. Let's see. I appreciate you from the longest yard. What does that mean? I've seen the longest yard. Maybe not recent enough, though. But let's go ahead. I want to take a look at Ethereum, guys, because as you know, we were looking at some stuff on Ethereum yesterday, and we haven't really seen too much happen since, right? Yesterday, I believe we were testing this value area high. Yeah, yesterday we were testing this value area high. We are starting to potentially break above it here. However, let's see. Let's come on down to the 2 hour, 4 hour. No bear div. No bear div on the 4 hour. Money flow coming back up. Take a look at the daily. Daily green dot printing. Altcoins are coming in. Dang. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to turn the fan on here in the studio. Give me 1 sec. Hit the wrong switch. Turn the lights on. But yeah, what we're looking at here on ETH, guys, simply put, we are breaking out of that value area high. I actually believe we did have some liquidations up there as well. Take a look at the 1 month ETH liquidation chart. Let's see. Atom, INJ, Solana, Link, DYDX, Solana, ABT, Adam, okay. Shout out to Ann says, Frankie Candles, we need Billy music. When he super chats. Shout out to you, bro. That would be cool. Like customized music for every person's super chat, or at least Billy's super chat. Billy, we're gonna get you some custom super chat song. It's gonna be like every time you send a super chat, we play a special song. But take a look here, right? Yeah, we had that. Guys, I mean, this is a game of finding the liquidity in the market and waiting for price to come up and grab it, right? You had this level right up here, which is a big reason why we were looking for this, not only to be the next stop for price, but also give us some a little bit of resistance, right? The value area high makes it resistance, and the liquidations makes it a possible opportunity to wick above the range. And again, pulling that up, right? You sit here, sure, you didn't hit it here, you didn't hit it here, you didn't hit it here, or here, or here. Eventually, you come and grab that liquidity. And on Bitcoin, guys, I was even saying, right, in the premium Discord, I was saying, guys, the liquidity above the highs, above the recent highs, right here, we had all that liquidity sitting up here. And again, I just showed it. I'm not going to show it again. You can see the hot yellow bars of liquidity sitting up there on the heat map. And we front ran this level so many times, right? We didn't hit it here. We didn't hit it here. We didn't hit it here. Boom, boom, boom. And I kept telling the premium, guys, I am still suspicious of these highs because of all that liquidity we just front ran. Right here, we barely missed it. So we knew that it was going to be likely at some point to come up and grab those liquidations, right? And that is exactly what we wound up seeing. Something very similar happening here on Ethereum, right? We had those highs sitting right above here. We never came up to get it, and then finally we wound up scooping it. But again, guys, 2-hour bearish divergence, somewhat of an exaggerated bear div here. Nothing really too crazy. 1-hour bear div confirmed, but I would be cautious here, right? Like what you want to see here, this is actually not horrible. 1-hour bearish divergence confirmed. Money flow starting to come out. But yeah, what you want to see here, like what I would like to see here for a very strong short would be like a 4-hour bear div with money flow coming out. But if you look at the money flow on the 4-hour, locally it's coming up, right? So it's not that we can't come down from here, but I will say it is not an obvious screaming to the downside situation. Again, doesn't mean you can't come down, but if we do wind up coming down from here, the confirmations were not as clear as they usually are. But key level of support on Ethereum as of right now, guys, if we do wind up getting a little bit of a cool-off, will be clearly, like right here, I'll keep it very simple. Value area high, $2,390, going to be very key. Once you break below that level, you know, that's where you get the context of the volume profile, right? Because you have your range right here, right? That was very ugly. That was very ugly as well. But if we come back down, if you do not hold this level as support and you get stuck underneath that value area high, next stop for price is very likely going to be that point of control. Now, I want hopefully, everybody watching these live streams is starting to see I say this every time we have this happen. Trust, and I don't want to say like just trust it blindly, but look how powerful the volume profiles are. You go from the low to the POC to the high almost every single time, right? Not 100% of the time, but this is, again, like I try to let this stuff play out as much as I can live in front of you guys, right? Yesterday, and I try to make the live streams as cohesive as possible because, you know, I figure if we can show, right, that, hey, I entered this long position, like we are here to not only provide the best trading education possible, but I like to give as much of the value away as I can for free on the actual YouTube channel. But I hope that, you know, when I come on these streams and we show, hey, I entered a long here. This is why I entered the long. And then you come and you see the long play out, right? And then yesterday, I talk about why I was willing to hold the trade based off the value area high and the liquidity sitting above, both acting as magnets for price, right? And then we tune in today. Where are we? At the value area high. This is obviously Ethereum, but same deal, right? Like, why would I hold if we came up? You know, if you entered a long here and you pumped up to here, why would we be looking to hold this trade? Well, we knew there was a lot of liquidity up here as well as the value area high. And we know how those volume profiles play out most of the time. So hopefully, little by little, the more and more you tune into these live streams, you start to piece this stuff together and then apply it to your actual charts and apply it to your actual trading strategies. Not financial advice, but I hope to help you guys kind of move along in your journey by physically showing you live. And, it's not that there's beautiful setups every single day, but anytime there is, I really like to show you guys step by step and walk you guys through exactly what I'm thinking, why I'm closing a trade, why I'm looking to hold it, why I'm entering, right? Even if it's in hindsight after the trade plays out, I like to break these trades down to you, and we do this live and in real time in the premium Discord. But after the fact, I love to share it with the YouTube channel because I know that the people out there, the Mafia members sitting there with their uncooked lasagna, their uncooked spaghetti, dip it in the marinara sauce or the marinade if you're Italian, and taking notes, right? The people out there taking notes can take this information and apply it to the charts immediately and hopefully improve their trading strategies. So there you guys go. Link is ripping. Another thing we were looking at, right? We'll come to Link in just a second. But for Ethereum, guys, simply put, this is, very similar to Bitcoin, right? If we get back above here and we do not get the move, or if we do not get the pullback here, going to be looking for a hold of support either on the top of this purple box or the value area high before getting another move up into our next key levels between the golden pocket, the value area low, and the 786 Fibonacci retracement levels. Let's see here. Yeah, shout out to Gravedigger says, you call this a pump. Well, I call this a pump in the grand scheme of sideways action. But yeah, compared to the boring price action we've had right now, this is quite exciting. But not really, guys. Even in the premium Discord, we've been talking about this. Like, Bitcoin has been very, 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 very lackluster, right? The past few weeks, at least on Bitcoin, right? Because that's mainly what we trade. I guess not even really, right? We're like in the Matic long right now, which we're going to go over. But on Bitcoin, like these little moves within here, like I was not interested in this move. That's why I was holding long from down here. So like very lackluster trading to be had for the past, to be quite honest with you, for the past 12 days, right? We've just been going sideways, right? Very, very boring stuff. So, the setups have been kind of right? Like, it's just not too much action happening on Bitcoin. So when you get a little breakout like this, at least something has happened here, right? Cool. We hit the final TP for my long. Now I can take profit and then maybe hold a moon bag for higher, right? But there you go. Enough of a pump to make $1,400, right? That's the beauty of leverage. But let's see. Shout out to Dave Digital. Said, Frankie, how many monthly premium YouTube members shout out to Dave. Said, how many premium YouTube members do we have? Yesterday, we hit 2,100 YouTube members. 2,100. Unbelievable. Shout out to everybody. Almost all of those were gifted by other Mafia members, right? And then I think today, a lot of them expired. So we went back down to 1,700. So it was 2,100. And then I guess it's been a month since a bunch of them got expired. So now we're back down to 1,700. But I'm sure it'll be back up very, very, very soon. So shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. 2,100. Dang. Yeah. Yeah, guys, it's nuts. Shout out to Golden. Shout out to Cheeks. Shout out to everybody. Anna Maria. Shout out to everybody who gifts those memberships. And shout out to Bubba's Crypto for gifting the memberships today. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much, Bubba's. He's out of the country, too. Shout out to Noranan says, thank you for the super chat. Well, he didn't say thank you for the super chat. I did. But he says, Godfather Frankie and the Mafia holding that BTC long like William Wallace from Braveheart holding their spears ready. Let's go. I can see a whole picture of the Mafia with spears in their hands. Shout out to Noranan. I appreciate that super chat, bro. Thank you so much. But let's go ahead and continue on. Jay Baker says, shout out to Ric Flair. Woo! Let's go. You guys are funny, man. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Let's go ahead and pin his next comment. Bada boom. Bada bing. All right. All votes are in and being counted. Let's go ahead and move on. And shout out to Noranan. Yeah, this, actually, hang on. Does this show when I open this? I don't think it does. Let's see. Yeah, this is not, I've only been in this for a few days. This trade, this long, I have been in for a very long time. I couldn't even tell you. I mean, I can tell you, actually. Let's go up to a higher time frame. Let's go to the weekly. The entry to this trade, I'll just do it on, there we go. Yeah, so we've been in this long, actually, since this candle right here, technically. 147 days we've been holding that trade. Just like, and again, like, there's no margin left in this. I have $167 left in this trade. Like, most of this trade is gone. But I'm just holding it to see how long we can hold it for. Because, again, most profits locked in. And then this we got into a couple days ago. But let's go ahead and move on, guys. That's what we're looking at on Ethereum. Let's go ahead and move on to, we got Solana, INJ, HBAR, ICP, and I want to check Matic really, really quickly here because it did pump a bit, right? So we actually broke down, if you guys are interested in why I actually entered the trade on Matic, you could check the live stream from yesterday, which I basically broke down exactly why I took this trade, right? And it had to do with the Frankie Candles Lux Algo, Frankie Candles Essentials Lux Algo indicator, which is my custom volume profile that we worked together with Lux Algo to design. It's 100% free for the Mafia. We wanted to do something very nice for the community and just give you guys some free tools to use that basically encompasses most of my TA into one easy-to-use indicator. But you know, there were many reasons that I was looking to take this long between Market Cipher, Lux Algo, as well as just using the volume profiles and even a local Head and Shoulders. But as of right now, for anybody who is in a position on this, potentially, guys, and again, the reason I was looking to hold this trade on Matic was simply put, because if you remember from yesterday's live stream, we were getting a nasty little trigger wave here on the daily, right? You have your anchor wave, you have your trigger wave. On top of that, this trade started out as a scalp position, right? We were looking at this local, I mean, if you guys watched the stream last night, you know, we were just looking for a local value area scalp for, well, the immediate plan for this was to long the reclaim of this value area low, wait for price to come up to the value area high, and obviously that happened absolutely beautifully, right? And then the reason I was willing to hold it for the most part, other than the green dot on the daily, right? This is a bullish signal, especially when you have that trigger wave and anchor wave. Remember that. Anchor wave below the negative 60 line, trigger wave very close to the 0 line, right? So this was number one. Number two, we understood that not only did we come to the full value area high of this range, which basically was the final TP, but the reason I was looking to hold it was because if you zoom out here, guys, we're actually in the middle of or above a more macro value area low. And if you're looking at this, right, if you were looking at this as its own, you know, just isolated range, you're above the value, you flip the value area low to support, you're bing-bonging around, where's price, where's the next likely place for price to go? Right up to that POC, right? And then again, you know, we may just be getting started here, right? Because if you come up to the POC and then flip this, you could be on your way to the value area high. So that was what made me think, hey, maybe I can hold this position for a little bit longer. And so it's a mixture between Market Cipher B, volume profiles, etc. Right? There's many, many things that go into the analysis, but I like to give you guys kind of like how I think through my trades, right? I'm not only thinking about the local scalp, but I'm also looking at the higher time frame saying, hey, if this thing winds up ripping, what would be my plan if this thing just shoots to the value area high? Am I aggressively taking profits because I'm expecting a dump? No, I'm expecting to hold the trade because I know that POC is up here, and with the grand scheme of the volume profile, it's going to be the next likely place for price to go, as well as the value area high, just like it happened in here. This is like literally the epitome of volume profile inception for a trade, right? You look to trade from this low to this high, and then you zoom out, and you're like, oh, well, hey, we went from this low, we could be going to this high, right? And then you zoom out again. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. But nice little position there. Let's see. Pull up VMEX. So yeah, this is a $40,000 position. Got $4,000 in margin, up about $2,600, 65%. Got $45 in fees to pay. Dang it, hate paying fees. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's that trade. Shout out to the premium Discord. We were able to call that. It's funny. We a lot of the trades recently is like, hey guys, this looks like it's gonna go up, and then like literally 5 minutes later it moves. But yeah, shout out to the premium Discord. If you guys are interested in joining the premium Discord or signing up for any of our exchanges, you can check the links in the description down below, or go to frankiecandlestrading.com. You can get access and check out the pricing on the premium Discord. It is not a signals group. I want to be very, very clear. The Frankie Candles, the kitchen, right? The Frankie Candles premium Discord is not a signals group. We do not tell you when to buy. We do not tell you when to sell. I always say this. If it was that easy, nobody would have a job, right? If it was that easy, I would, no one would have a job. You just sign up for the best trader, set up a bot, buy, sell, you'd be rich laying on a beach, right? It's not how it works. That's not how trading works. It's not how you make money. It's not how you become profitable. So what we do is we spoon feed trade setups so you can sit there and wait for price to get to your setup. Give the confirmation so you know what to look for at the levels. So you come up to a level of resistance. We're looking for this, this, and that. If we get it, I'm taking the short, right? And just to break that, the Discord's closed, so I won't mention it. But yeah, it's not a signals group. I just don't want people coming in there and being like, hey, he's not telling me when to buy and sell. We do not do that. It's educational. It's a TA and setup group, I guess you could call it. Okay, let's continue on. Let's see. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto said, wait, what? I watch Frankie Candles and I'm sitting on a beach. Let's go. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Soak in the sun for me, bro. It's still cold in Atlanta, guys. It's unbelievable. I can't stand it. It's too cold down here. I got to go down to Miami or something. We got to move to Miami. Tony D, we're moving this operation to Miami. Let's go. All right, let's continue on. Not a singles group. Yo, shout out to Oval Boar. Shout out to you, bro. I guess it could be a singles group. All right, let's go. Let's continue on here. That is the Matic trade as well as the analysis. I mean, if you watched the live stream last night, you could have made some money on that. Not that you should ever copy what we do, but the information we gave here, we were looking for another move up. Shout out to the Mafia. All right, let's continue on. Shout out to Just Read the Instructions. Shout out to you, bro. I really like that name. I peeped your chat already. Your name is kind of in relation to the message. It's really funny. He said signals groups is giving fish. Something like what Frankie is doing is teaching people how to fish. Just read the instructions. Exactly. I am here to teach you how to make money. I'm not here to say, hey, I'm not here to give you we're giving you the fishing poles, right? We're selling you the shovels, right? We're giving you the shovels and the tools you need to go extract as much money out of the market as you want. Now, I don't want to make it sound like trading's easy, and if you join my group, you're instantly going to become profitable. But my goal is to have people become their own profitable traders, right? And in my opinion, that's how I've never tried signals groups because I would never think they work, right? And they don't, right? If they did, it's unrealistic. Is it too good to be true to have your friend text you and say, buy, sell, I made $1 million? It's too easy to be, too good to be true, right? So we like to give you the fishing poles. We like to give you the bait. We like to show you where to set your traps and what to look for before you pull the trigger to get into those trades. So shout out to the premium Discord. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Drew said, be careful with copy trading. They will drain you. Yeah, guys, like I said, if it's that easy, no one would have a job, right? Absolutely. But there you go. And even, I always say this, even if I won, let's say we did do signals, right? And I won every single one of my trades and every single trade hit and played out, 99% of the people would still lose money because they don't understand how to manage a trade, right? So you tell them where to buy and where to sell, chances are they're probably not even going to listen to it, right? They're like, all right, I'll buy. And then when it's time to sell, they're like, no, I want more money. And then they're going to hold it. Price is going to go down. They're going to sell at a loss. And there's much more to it than that. So my goal is to actually churn out people who can make money in this market. So if you want the extra sauce, hit up FrankieCandles.com or FrankieCandlesTrading.com, that is. But let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Gen Z, says 85% win rate. Shout out to Gen Z. Are you talking about me or you? I haven't tracked my win rate like that specifically in a long time. Let me know, though, Gen Z. But let's continue on. Pants off, dance off. Crypto dumpo incoming. Let's go. Shout out to Manuel. But let's continue on, guys. 777 people concurrently watching this live stream. Smash that like button. 550. We're giving away free Frankie Candles hats on this week's giveaway. Shout out to Alexander. Says, I'm done fishing. Give me the money. Shout out to you, bro. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Solana. Bada boom, bada bing. Let me see. Will this open? Come on. What is going on? Can you guys see me? Hang on one sec. I'll show this in a second. Just because we're talking about the Discord. All right, I'll pull that up in a sec. Dude, what is going on right now? Okay. Where'd my chat go? Tony D. Okay, boom. Okay, you guys can see me. Beautiful. Tony D. This computer. Not good, not good. All right, so let's continue on. Taking a look at Solana. Take a look at the daily. Yeah. VWAP flip. VWAP flip on the daily for Solana. Fresh green dot. And here's the thing. Money flow is still bearish, right? So you might be thinking to yourself, is this green dot going to fake us out? But here's the thing. Bearish on the money flow still, right? Until we wind up breaking these previous highs. Price comes up, and we break those previous highs. Bada boom. That is where I'm starting to think, hey, now, like just like price action, guys, you have to break the trend. Pull this up, right? You have to break this high. You have to break the trend on money flow in order to kind of change your sentiment into more of a bullish sentiment. So that's what I would kind of look at with the money flow on Solana. However, that fresh green dot could give us a little bit more of a move to the upside. But to be quite honest with you guys, there is not really, there's not much to look at here, right? Because we are simply within the volume profile. This is the power of the volume profiles, guys. Like there's not much TA to do here. We are simply in the same situation as we were yesterday. We got to bounce from the low. The reason the volume profiles are so powerful, in my opinion, guys, is I hope I'm not getting sick. My nose is like running right now. Obnoxious. You know, the thing the volume profiles can do, guys, is it gives you context. It gives you context into where price is going to go next. So what is the context here? The context here is that we held the low as support, which is bullish. And what do you expect if the low gets held as support? You're looking for a push up to the POC and then the value area high. So right now, like simply put, we rejected the POC, but what we're looking for is a push above the POC. If we hold it as support, that's where we look to go to the value area high. And daily green dot here, like kind of a trigger wave, to be quite honest with you. That could easily bring us up to that value area high. So for me, there's really nothing new to look at on Solana, right? We're just simply waiting to fulfill the volume profile. If we come up to the high, that's where we look for the breakout and these potential levels of resistance that we're watching above. But in the grand scheme of things, guys, for Solana, the key level that you want to break is all the way up here, right? So we need a pretty big pump on Solana to bring us up to that $134 level. And then once you get up there, you're looking to flip that value area low to support. And then that's going to be kind of your signal to look for the move up to higher prices, getting closer to a $200 Solana. Let me pull this up real quick. Shout out to John Vucci. Says, shout out to Darren Does Things, Blind Candles, and Enigma, all my guys in the Discord. And yeah, guys, a big part of the value of being in a Discord, premium or free, is being surrounded by other people doing this. If you're learning how to trade, if you're a beginner at trading, one of the things that I wish that I did sooner in my my trading journey, was I wish I got more into the Discords, right? Like I'm self-taught on my own, right? Like if I joined Discords, you have other people, although they may not, even if they're not profitable, right? They're further along in their journey than you, right? So chances are they could help you skirt some of those mistakes, as I do in the premium Discord, right? Or like even on this YouTube channel. I help you guys avoid the obvious mistakes that I made and many other traders make, which basically is 90% emotion and discipline, right? And then it's like, I would say like 30% TA. The rest is like emotional discipline and just sticking to your plan and just, not freaking out, right? Discords help a lot. Absolutely. Hashtag value. Shout out to Gen Z. Oh, man, I didn't see you answer. Gen Z, let me know again in the chat if you were talking about my win rate. I think Chemistry Bro was tracking our win rate for a while. Pelosi. Oh, he was talking about Pelosi's win rate's 85%. Yo, that's wild. Throw a hand in chat if you caught today's 3 p.m. upload. Wednesday uploads are back, guys. Tony D, bro, we got to rip this computer apart, dude. This thing is a mess. Like, why are things quitting? This is unbelievable. I got the AC on. I got the fan on. I got the door open. What the heck is wrong with this computer? But anyway, guys, I'll have to relaunch TradingView. Yeah, that's funny. Nancy Pelosi's win rate's 85%. That's insane. But yeah, that's wild. I'm surprised. I think that's kind of low for Nancy Pelosi, to be honest. You'd think it'd be dang near 100%. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. So for Solana, guys, I am simply going to be, looking at this volume profile. Everything remains the same. And then the key levels above us are going to be Okay, thank you, Tony. Just clearing it up. That was a trading view crash, not a PC. Okay. Yeah, but can it be crashing because of the PC? Like the PC's like, ow, this hurts. Get this off me. And then it just like closes trading view. I don't know how computers work. I'm kidding. I make it seem like I have no idea how computers work, but I am exaggerating. We will fix it, though. Shout out to Tony D. Thank you, bro. You're the GOAT. Let's get it. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay. Yo, Gen Z said boomer vibes. Yo, that's wild, bro. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on. So that is Solana again. Really, for Solana to really go nuts, guys. Like we have some work to do here. Golden Pocket at about 107, which is in confluence with the value area high. Your 786 sitting at 115, and then really the value area low up here is like really the range that you need to break to get to 200. So there we go. Let's take a look at INJ. Bada boom. Let's see. This is old. Respected levels though, unbelievable. Let me pull a new INJ chart. INJ University. Let's go. All right. Well, okay. Look at these monthly naked points of control, guys. Absolute respect. Hey, shout out to Redman. Let's get it. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for giving those 5 Frankie Candles memberships. Tony D dropping the dollars in the chat, trying to get me to shake a dollar, make you holler. I don't know, guys. I'm not good at catchphrases. That's not even a catchphrase, but whatever. Let's take a look here. Let me clear some of these levels, and we will take a look at some fresh stuff. I'm actually going to clear this whole thing. Shout out to Dave Digital said, Mrs. Candle's out of town, and all of a sudden, the computer has a virus. Shout out to Dave Digital. Yeah, it is interesting, right? She's like, I'm not leaving Frankie alone with the mafia. She definitely she probably just clogged all the airports on my computer so it overheats. All right, let's continue on. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. Is she in chat? Mrs. Candles, show yourself if you're here. But here we go. Not too much has changed on INJ. I just deleted all that TA, but we have this volume profile right here. Go ahead and mark this out. So, this is, if we get another move up, this is our best chance at getting a next, this is our next chance at getting a push to the upside, right? In my opinion. So you have your POC, your value area low is sitting right here at about 35.60. If you get price to squeak back to the upside, flip this to support, that's where we look to fill the range. And here's the thing. We are deviating from the value area low. However, there are no real clear bullish signs below here, at least on the 4-hour. Come on over to the daily. This would be more of a sign of, guys, can't ignore the daily money flow. Even the daily money flow here is not looking good, right? Just like on Bitcoin. Again, do we have the green dot? Do we have money flow coming back up? Yes, but in general, it is coming out. Until we change trend on that money flow, it is not considered a fake out, in my opinion. Now, going back to INJ, we do have somewhat, right? This could give you short-term upside potentially. I mean, you have a clear potential. It's not confirmed or printing just yet, but you do have that bullish divergence, lower lows on price action, higher lows on your momentum waves. VWAP, look at your VWAP, even more insight. VWAP curve into the upside. Once that crosses over into the green, it will give us our green dot here on the momentum wave, and a bullish divergence will be printing. That, in my opinion, is likely to give you a push back up to the value area low. And at that point, that is your key level of resistance. So if this daily bull div does wind up printing and confirming, I would look for a bullish reversal or a bullish retracement before looking for and based off money flow on the daily, what would we expect, guys? We would expect a lackluster pump before a lower high comes in and pushes us down to lower prices. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we have any confluence here with Golden Pocket. And we do, right? You have your value area low and Golden Pocket confluence here, which is likely to give you a move or a little bit of resistance, right? So that would be the first level. If that daily bull div confirms, I would look for a push to the upside and then a potential lower high to come in and a break of the lows. And then obviously your 786 is just above it at 37.71. But, you want to be a little bit careful at that point, because if you get above this level, right, sure, you could come and reject the 786, but at that point, once you flip that value area low, you got to be cautious of the POC and value area high to get visited. But yeah, major levels of resistance here would be golden pocket value area low and then the POC of the range, to be honest. But I would love to see a rejection there. And then also, just to give you guys some more levels to the downside, you do have this little area of balance down here that is likely, let's draw it out, bada boom, bada bing, turn it to neutral. So you do have this zone down here, which if you get accepted below that value area low, sitting at about 32,105, that is going to be what I'd be looking at, right? So if you get stuck under this value area high, you could potentially look at these. Yeah, look at this. Breakdown, test the POC, breakout. Test the POC, breakout. If we come back down into this range, look to respect this volume profile as a typical range, right? So just in case we continue to come down, key level of support, in my opinion, is going to be 32.12. But that's how I would be looking at the price action on INJ. And to be quite honest, there's really no trade to be had here for me, at least as of right now. Unless you were like scalping a super low time frame. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yo, shout out to LL Radio Control. Let's get it. It says stream started 69 minutes ago, giggity. Smash that like button. Shout out to LL. Let's get it. Or double L, as I like to call him. Let's see. Mark Dutch said, you see, I try to behave, and the community makes it impossible. Shout out to the 753 people tuned in. Tuned in right now, live, concurrently watching the stream. Smash that like button. We got 350 on the likes. Let's run it up to 550. If we get 550, we will be giving away 5 Frankie Candles hats. Let's get it. Color choice of yours, or color of your choice, I should say. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Bada boom, bada bing. Yo, let's get it, bro. Shout out to Creating Bell. I think that's what that says. It says, this chat needs its own YouTube channel. Great to see such good vibes amongst its community. Let's go. That is what we try to do here. We set out to build the best crypto community on YouTube, not only on YouTube, but in the world. And I don't know what I did to deserve you guys, but we definitely got blessed with the best community. That is for sure. Shout out to Buttsonator. Speaking of amazing community members, thank you for the super chat. Said huge cup and handle on the weekly for Solana. Shout out to Buttsonator. Let's check it out. Huge cup and handle on the weekly, he says. Let's see. Oh, baby. I do see what you saying. I do see what you is saying. I guess you're looking at this. If you're talking about like a gigantic cup and handle, could be. Could be. Very interesting. Unless, yeah, I mean, I think that is what you're looking at. Shout out to Buttsonator, pointing out the massive cups and handles. Let's get it. Jugs and handles, I guess you could call it. I always pick the wrong words, guys. Let's go ahead and continue on here. Buttsonator, thank you for that super chat. You are the man. I appreciate you. Shout out to Origin Trade. Said, Frankie called the cool off on H-Bar. GOAT. Let's go ahead and check out H-Bar real quick. It is coincidentally the next coin on the list. And you know what the crazy thing is, guys? This is, I probably look at, between my regular day and the live stream, I probably look at probably close to like 50 to 100 assets a day. So I don't even remember what I said about H-Bar yesterday. I wasn't trading H-Bar. This is not what we want to look at. I was not trading H-Bar, so unless I'm in trades or constantly watching for a setup to pop up, there is, it's very hard to keep track of everything that I look at. I guess we were calling for a cool-off. Who said that? Origin Trades, let me know. Do you remember exactly what I said? Because I don't even remember. But let me see if I could pull up the same H-bar chart we were looking at. And this was probably what we were looking for. Let's see. Great show as usual. Smash those likes. Shout out to Steven Sansbury. Okay. But yeah, so right now, guys, and where are we getting the support? Shout out to the volume profiles. Guys. I didn't know that was going to work. I did not know that was going to work, guys. One more time. I'm actually kind of waiting for Origin Trades to tell us what we were looking at here. Talking about coming to the lower value area low. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to Origin Trades. All right. Well, I guess it didn't work very well, guys. I'm sorry. But let's go ahead and take a look here. Looking at H-bar, we did lose this lower, this little local value area low that we had here at our local value area from up here. And guys, look at the value areas. We come up in this range. We find balance between the value area high and the value area low. We play around with these levels. We break down. Where do you get the support? Right at the next value area, right on top of that next range. Boom. Almost to the dollar. Big bounce back to the POC of the previous range, back down to the previous value area low. And then this kind of becomes a value area in itself, right? Like if you bing bong around here long enough, you could draw a completely new range. But take a look at the 4 hour. He said, yeah. And when, I don't even remember when last time we looked at H-bar. But I believe, yeah, this move down from the rejection of this value area low, that is going to be the next target, is the next area of balance. Because remember, price ranges 80% of the time, right? It's ranging way more often than it's trending. So, simply put, when you find balance, you have balance, which is a range essentially, right? And then you have imbalance, right? And then what happens when you lose your balance, you're going to go and hunt out the next area of balance, right? So, when you lose this area of balance, price is going to get gravitated to the last area of balance, which is right here. So if you come down, you have to expect the value area high to be support, and you can see we are starting to get a pretty strong bounce here. But once you start getting below this level and getting stuck below it, that's where you expect to fill the range to the downside. But as of right now, I will say, take a look at the daily. Is this the let's see. All right, yeah, we'll just take a look at Bybit. So yeah, so key level of support right now is definitely going to be this value area high sitting at 0.06954. If we lose that level, I would look to come down towards the POC. If we wind up pulling this fib level, yeah, come down, test the golden pocket. You lose the golden pocket. Beautiful 786 confluence here on the value area high. You're getting a nice bounce right now. You flip this golden pocket. Likely you come up to that value area low at 0.08432. But there you go. We're just kind of hanging out in between these two value areas. Now, looking at the daily, I will say you did get the bull div right on that value area high too, right? Daily bullish divergence at support. You get the bounce. But remember, are we expecting this to be a big move to the upside or a lackluster pump before a bigger move to the downside? And in all honesty, guys, excuse me, with the way money flow looks on the daily, crossed over into the red, with the VWAP kind of slammed out here, looking to roll back over, we have to anticipate a potential lower high to come in here, right? It's much more likely, in my opinion, to come up and then reject these local 786 golden pocket retracements, right? And I would probably be looking at a whole bunch of these because you do have quite, like right now we're testing this golden pocket, but I would also be watching this cluster right here between about, I would say at about 8 cents, right? Between 8 and 0.08308, right? Very hard to read these small numbers. But this is going to be local resistance. I'll draw a purple box here. And shout out to Origin Trader. I guess you took the information from the live stream and applied it to your own analysis, and it helped you out, hopefully. But this would be the next zone of resistance I'd be looking for. Nice little daily bull div, but money flow does look like we can continue the trend to the downside, which clearly your support is going to be within this next volume profile. So there you guys go. I'd put emphasis on this POC. Shout out to 12 Big, said, can you peep Zeta when you get a few? Thanks, bro. Shout out to 12 Big. Yeah, we can check out Zeta, no problem. We got ICP on the list, and then we'll take a look at Zeta. Let's go ahead and take a look at ICP. Not to be confused with ICUP or ICUP. So here we are, guys. Let us take a look here. So take a look at the 4 hour. And, yeah, I mean, look at the respect on the value areas. So right now we are kind of just wiggling around, testing this value area low. We have rejected the POC, which is somewhat, this is kind of interesting here, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at the daily real quick. VWAP coming up, money flow coming out. So, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. VWAP is coming up, or starting to curve back to the upside here. We are looking to reclaim this value area low, which in my opinion could give you a move back up to the POC. Coming back here, green dot printing on the 12-hour and the 16-hour. And what this could potentially be is somewhat of a failed auction, right? Now, when we talk about a failed auction, guys, it is simply when price is trading within a fair value, right, or within a range, price is agreed upon. It's agreed upon buyers and sellers that the fair value for the asset is between the high and the low of the range, right? So in this case, ICP is 1430, right? Or the top of the range is about 1430. And then the low of the range is at 1220, right? So we know that that is the fair price. And anytime price dips below there and tries to trade lower, this is where we look for longs, right? Because we're expecting price to get sucked back into the fair value. So, I mean, honestly, you did have a 12-hour bull div down here into a key level of support, right? Into that POC. Lower lows on your price, slightly higher lows on your momentum waves. It's a little bit more clear on the lower time frames, right? You had an 8-hour bull div into that POC. And at this point, this is where you're saying to yourself, hey, if we can get a big enough bounce here, I could look to ride this up to the value area low. So if I were looking to trade this, guys, I'm going to walk you through this real quick because this is a very big part of my trading strategy, right? Deviation below the range. This is where you're looking for longs. But here, right, if we go right here, is there a reason to take a long here? Not really. I have no divergence here on the 8-hour, if you're looking at this time frame at least, right? You could get a bounce here. Maybe you had a lower time frame confirmation to take a scalp long. Not really. There's no real divergences here. But simply put, you're looking to potentially break below this value area low. Price moves forward, right? You break down. Now you're saying to yourself, hey, well, really at this point, right, once this candle prints, you're saying, hey, I'm getting a green dot, right? I have this bullish divergence on the 8-hour. I'm starting to break out of the value area. If you were to take this trade, what you would simply be looking for is a move. You could put your stop loss potentially below the value area high, but I would look to ride this up. I know the value area low is going to be resistance. So simply put, I would look for price to ride up into the value area low. I'd probably take profit here. But really what you're looking for is a flip of this value area low to support to potentially ride up to the POC and the value area high. And then obviously, excuse me, if we play price forward, we did wind up getting a move to the value area low. Whoops. We did get the move to the value area low, and we got the rejection, right? But if you held the position, you test the value area low again. Once you flip this to support, you're expecting the POC. What happens? Well, you play around for it a little bit. Actually, front run the POC just a little bit. But eventually, you come up and tap it, right? This is the power of the volume profile. It doesn't always happen in a clean line, but it is very often respected. Look at the respect on that POC, right? This is how we trade. So, excuse me. This is, at this point, right, let's just come back to the current price action. What are we looking for here? Well, if we hold this level as support, I would expect the POC and then eventually the value area high. Is Market Cipher B support this thesis? Well, this bullish divergence with money flow kind of coming up here could indicate a significant bottom. And if we can reclaim the value area low with a fresh green dot on the 12-hour and the 16-hour, let's check the 1 hour and 45-minute money flow. Yeah, guys, 1 hour money flow, looking to cross over into the green with a 16-hour green dot. This is a bullish sign. Same thing with the 45-minute and the 12-hour. The 45-minute money flow crossing over into the green. 12-hour green dot. This is a confirmation for some more upside. So I'm not going to take this trade, right? I would like to look at a few other things to legitimately take this trade, but as long as you hold this value area low as support, there is some kind of signal down here saying you could get a little push up. So I would look to potentially ride this up to the POC and then the value area high. Excuse me. I can't stop coughing. All right, let's see. Drink your water, Frankie. Shout out to Edward. Shout out to Edward Paperhands, yo. That voice. Guys, that name. Why did I say voice? All right, let's continue on here. Yo, when he says, yeah, guys, my ears immediately tune him back in. Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's see. Shout out to Valerie Valenzuela. Shout out to you. She says, great TA. Love your group. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate you so much. Welcome to the Candle Mafia. Glad you're having a good time. Not surprised, the Mafia is the best community on YouTube. That is for sure. And I can't breathe. I'm kidding, guys. All right, let's move on here. This is what I'd be looking at on ICP, potential fill of this range. But really, in the grand scheme of things, guys, we're kind of just bing-bonging around, right? Like, in the grander scheme of things, we need to flip this key value area low at 1570 to support to really see the bigger range filled here, right? Definitely possible. But we got to break that level. Let's see. Next altcoin is going to be, let's see. Who asked? Let me see. Hang on. Let me pull up the super chats real quick. Yo, shout out to Thesis. Yo, I didn't see this. Shout out to Thesis himself. Said Tyler Durden smells of racing fuel and cigarettes. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Let's go. Are you in the movie Fast and the Furious? Let me know. But let's see. Shout out to Thesis. Thank you for that super chat, bro. Zeta. Let's take a look at Zeta for 12 big. Let's go ahead and check it out. Bada boom. Take a look at it on the Bybit chart. Let's take a look here. All right, so not a lot of price history here, obviously. So going to be hard to read this one, to be honest with you. There's not much information as far as the indicators go. But what we can do is pull up the VPVR, find out where all the volume's traded at, and we can also pull some fibs. So let me go ahead and pull some of these Fibonacci retracement levels. Go all the way from the low to the high. 786 sitting down here near this macro value area low, likely to be a level of support. Bada boom. And then, yeah, if you lose this level, probably coming down closer to about $1.05, right? And more realistically, you're looking at about 90 cents, right? Just looking at your volume. So I would be looking at this as a key level of support. This is between about 94.78 and 91.07. Your most immediate level of support, if you break this high volume node, is sitting at about $1.11, which has a 786 and a macro value area low. Huge volume gap between these two levels. So if you break this level, I would expect a quick drop down to the next level of support. If you remain above the key level that you want to flip to support is kind of happening right now. Like, we are starting to flip this to support. If we can get a big move up to your high volume node right here, sitting at about $1.40, that would be your next target. Bada boom. So yeah, I mean, honestly, these are the key levels. There's really no value areas I'd be looking at on this wonky price action. So these would kind of be the key levels I'm looking at. Very, very strong level of resistance here at $1.39. It's the POC of all of this price action. But yeah, basically all the levels you see right here are your key levels, right? So this is going to be key. This is unbelievable, guys. I've never had this many computer troubles. This is so bad. This is horrible. And then, yeah, let's, so yeah, and then we'll turn off the VPVR. Remember the gaps you are likely to go through very quickly. These are the key levels I'd be looking at. But other than that, money flow is kind of coming up on your 45-minute, but there's just not enough information here for me to legitimately analyze this. So there you go. These are just the key levels I'd be looking for. So there you go. Kind of lackluster analysis here on Zeta, but very hard to do with coins with this little price history. So hopefully that helps you out. I keep forgetting who was asked 12 big. Hopefully that helps you out. He said, yeah, I was looking at $1.39 and 152, then going from there. Yeah, there you go, bro. Hopefully that helps you out. Somebody said we're dumping. Let's see. Okay. Yo, shout out to, yo, you guys are crazy. Shout out to Ovalbor says, hello, this is IT. Have you tried turning it off and on again? I didn't do that, but the computer will turn itself on and off to fix its own problems, apparently. Shout out to you, bro. But let's see. Uma, yeah, I don't know, 12 big. I don't think anything's dumping. Drip, what are you talking about? What's dumping? Let us know. We'll take a look at it for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Uma. Here we go. Binance Tether US. All right, yeah. Daily money flow still looks bad on a lot of stuff, guys. Keep that in mind. But this thing got a massive move up. Nice little ripski to the upside. Take a look at the 4 hour. put in a bull div here. Hold up. Hang on. I'm going to pull up the heat map for UMA. Bear with me. Or should I say bull with me? Give it to me. No! We don't have a heat map for UMA, unfortunately. But I would be cautious. Pull up that VPVR. You're going to have some interesting volume here, guys, because of that big move. And look at that. Look at that gap below. Be careful. This, let me see here. Take a look at the weekly. And take a look at the daily real quick. Yeah, okay. So let me take this level here. And let me pull a fib. Yeah, okay. So, okay, yeah. This is what I would look at here on UMA. I'd be very suspicious of this level getting hit. You have a naked daily point of control down here, as well as your golden pocket retracement of this whole move up. Oftentimes, we like to come tap these levels, right? So, and then also pulling up the VPVR, you can see it's our last little spike in volume before we have this big drop to the downside. Basically, to come back here and test these highs, right? So, you got to keep in mind, you do have your 786 right here. Right, so keep this in mind. Bada boom. But, yeah, I would look for this golden pocket to get hit. I would be, this is suspicious. So I'd look for a move down to the golden pocket. If you lose the golden pocket, you may be able to get a quick drop down to your 786. And to be honest, I'd be a little sussed out around the 786 just because of the volume gap. This next high volume node at 275 right here. Right, at about call it 280, right? That is going to be another level to watch. So I would actually watch this as well. So 280, 306, and then the golden pocket daily naked point of control sitting at $3.83. Going to be very key levels to look at. A little bing, a little bong. Break down below. Look for a quick move to the 786. If you don't get a bounce off the 786, I would watch this spike in volume. But to be quite honest with you, like just follow the volume, right? If you lose this level, pretty big gap, basically down to this next high volume node, starting at about $2.50. So that's more of a main level than that this little high volume node right here. This is way less significant than this. So whether you respect this or not is a little bit more up in the air, right? So you can get a move down, but I would really expect that support to really come in on this high volume node. So there you go. There is UMA. Let's see. Did the stream just glitch for anyone else? Oh, God, now I'm glitching on your end. Unbelievable. Yo, shout out to Jay Gilly. Yo, let's go. Jay Gilly says, or scene of the crime, my guy would say. As my guy would say. Shout out to Jay Gilly. Yeah, this would be the scene of the crime, right? So, yeah, actually, I don't even know if you meant to do that, Jay Gilly. Yeah, this would be basically, if we pull a volume, if we pull a profile here, probably your value area high. Yeah, there you go. Can't make it up, right? So this would be, you've broken out of this range. This would be the scene of the crime. Not impossible to come back down and test this level, but you got to be aware of those supports in between. Shout out to Jay Gilly. Let's go. No sound? No sound. Is that true? Shout out to Mark Dutch. Mark Dutch, are you just glitch now? No sound. What the heck? It shows I have sound here. What? I can't hear you. Refresh. Muted. Loud and clear. What is going on? Dave says I hear him. Yo, let's see. April Fools came early apparently. Shout out to Dave Hagen. You have sound. Okay, thank you, Tony. Loud and clear. Okay, perfect. Well, guys, on that note, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Thank you all for hanging out till the end of the stream. I mean, guys, we're getting the move up. We're getting the move up on Bitcoin. And right now, locally, we are looking like we want to push up again, potentially. Well, we're kind of just hanging around the highs. But remember, guys, we are sitting at resistance. Actually, real quick, I will just show Bitcoin real quick one more time, just so I can give a little recap for anybody so you don't have to scrub to the end of the beginning of the stream. We are at our first key level of resistance, starting to break past it. Not impossible to get the rejection as we are sitting at a deviation of this value area high, right? But right now, there is no trigger for me to take a short right this second, but I am going to be monitoring it with these 4-hour and 8-hour bearish divergences that we're starting to see potentially form. 4-hour bear div is invalidated. Breaking news. It's kind of like an exaggerated bear div, but this is starting to peak, right? We need this. We need this to be a lower high, and we have now just started to break above this. Now, just to be clear, if price rolled over right now, we could see this momentum wave come back down and give us a bear div. But if this confirms up here, that would invalidate the 4-hour bear div. So we would have to go back up to the 8-hour. And the 8-hour bear div could invalidate as well. And I want to be clear, it's not invalidated yet. If price just nuked right now, you could see that volume profile, this momentum wave come back down and give you the bear div. But right now, that 8-hour bear div is potentially going to invalidate. And this is what I mean by that money flow is fighting against the bear div. This is why you want to be careful shorting bearish divergences when money flow is simply not in confluence. It's all about finding multiple things and having them all come together and say the same or agree upon the same outcome, right? It's not the sexiest thing, right? Because when you start looking for better trades, aka trades with more confluence, there is less setups, right? Because you're not just taking random trades. So, you could have tried to take this bear div trade, right, which might not print, but with money flow coming up, you have to assume that this is not the best trade setup. It doesn't mean you can't take a stab at it, but you have to manage those trades tightly so you don't get wrecked, right? Like what you would want to see here is a clear, right, you have the higher highs, right? That's for sure. But you want to have a strong lower high on your momentum wave with money flow ideally in the green and trending down like that, right? Like the daily, this is what you want to see for a strong bearish divergence, right? If I hide this TA, right, this is what you want to see. You want to see higher highs on price action into a key. I'm going to try it one time. Guys. What is going on? But if we hide the TA one more time, higher highs on the price action, lower highs on the momentum waves, money flow coming to the downside. This is what you want to see for a strong bearish divergence setup, right? And if I just come here, just so I can really, really hammer this home for you guys, you want to see the higher highs, the lower highs, and the money flow coming to the downside, right? That's what you want to see for a strong bearish divergence. Come to the 8-hour. Do we have that? Simply, we have the higher highs. It is into a key level of resistance. But even if we had the lower high on our momentum wave like this, what's money flow doing? It's literally going the wrong way. So you have to keep this in mind. But a lot of times people will be like I've been waiting for this level for a potential short for so long. So your brain will eventually start to tell you like, hey, that kind of looks like a bear div. If you look for the short, get the short. But sometimes you have to wait for that level to get hit only to not have the setup present itself. But it's important to understand these things so you're not taking bad trades. You want to try to protect yourself from getting into these trades. If you don't have all your confirmations, I sit out of the trades, right? And that's probably why a lot of the trades play out, right? Because they're just higher quality trades, right? They're further and fewer between, but they are much higher quality. So instead of shaving down your account on all these small losses, trying to take every trade because you're just itching to get into a position, you want to wait for the actual setups, right? So keep that in mind. And with all that being said, shout out to Tony D. Says TradingView is trolling you today, bro. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's not even hot in here today, so I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. It does seem like it might be a TradingView thing. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's live stream. Watch out for the next levels of resistance we have and a potential pullback from where we are. But again, with those setups not really presenting themselves, we could potentially make it to that 45 to 46K target. And if not, I'll probably be in a short position by tomorrow. But with all that being said, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time. Shout out to the Mafia. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Harry Potter in the chat. Shout out to Maka. Shout out to Hodl Crypto. Dave Digital, as always. Dr. Crimson's girlfriend says, close all non-YouTube tabs ending in tube. with all that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45. Shout out to the Caravan family. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve. Shield my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. They don't wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem, man. Perfect, let them watch me. Elevating, got them nauseous. Cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house. And woo! Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Woo! Watch out, set it up. Bet you I shut it down. Watch out, get a win. I don't think they really wanna come against the one that got a finger run up in on a grenade. I ain't never been there when you think you compare. I'm aligned with the one up on the cage. I need all the wins. Yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits. Yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets. Yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out.
I need Mrs. Candles here, guys. Mrs. Candles isn't here. She can't keep the goats together. She can't keep them in the pen. They come to the computer. They into the mic. It's a mess. But guys, real quick, we got to take a look at Chainlink because, as you know, we have been looking at Chainlink quite a bit lately, looking for potential moves to the upside. I'm not going to cover exactly what we've been looking for, but obviously we have been looking for this to break this value area low before getting a potential move up to this MPOC at $22. Now, as we zoom in here, I will say the daily is still looking suspicious. Red dot confirmed, and we haven't really gotten a big move down off of that, which is a decent sign. VWAP, a little too soon to take anything away from here, but it is curving back to the upside. However, if we really, what I'm focusing on here, guys, is the levels. As long as we remain above this value area low, the door is open to the MPOC at $22, and more importantly, the doorway to this POC of the range sitting at about $27. So likely there is a lot of resistance between us, right? Obviously we have the MPOC as well as some other local levels up here. But, you know, just this is, in my opinion, a waiting game. As long as we remain above the value area low, we could potentially see that MPOC get hit. Again, as well as that as well as this POC of the range and the value area high all the way at $30. Now, I'm not expecting to get a move all the way up there right this second or tomorrow or the next day, but coming up soon here, guys, if we can get some more bullish price action, again, very similar to the situation Bitcoin was in. I've been showing this forever. If we take a look at the macro volume profile on Bitcoin, you guys know those are macro levels. Where is our macro volume profile? Come on. Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. Right? As we knocked on this value area low, we were looking for the whole range to fill to the value area high. And Frankie, why do you always talk about the volume profiles? Simply put, because they're this dang reliable. So as we fill this range to the value area high, we are seeing that very, very similar setup on Chainlink, where it is knocking on the value area low of the bull market range, and we are now cracked above that level. So even if we came down to test the value area low as support, as long as we remain above it or don't decisively hold medium time frame candles below it, we could eventually make our way through that range. But remember, price action is messy. This was actually a pretty clean move from the value area low straight to the POC and then a slow grind to the value area high. But price action is very messy, guys. Remember that. So it's likely not going to be a just really, really, really quick move. But that's simply put what I'm looking at on Chainlink. Not much has changed. Those are the key levels. And not only that, but the context into where price is likely to go next. So, with all that being said, that's actually all the time I got. Little link, Frankie fake out. Hopefully you guys found that valuable. Shout out to Dark Crash saying inhaler, oxygen emoji. Shout out to Dark Crash. Guys, go drink some water. Shout out to Wick. Shout out to Wick. Yeah, he's talking to Mark. Let's see. Wick, did you just pop in? I feel like I just saw you for the first time today. But shout out to Wick Fine 85. You know what, Wick? I call you Wick Fine 89. That might be your wife, but I like calling you Fine 89. Shout out to Mark Dutch, Wayne C, Huddle Crypto, Oval Bore, Cryptic Sniper, Dave P, and of course, Dave D. That's all the time I got. Shout out to Darren Dustings. Love you, Mafia. We'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out.